Giant panda Long Zai is celebrating
大
its
熊原来
first
出生
birthday.
时候的139。
When it was firstly born, it was only 100.
网友能不能看得比较清楚？那么我们现在可能看到的。我们说啊，现在这个1岁的熊猫啊，这个长大了，终于和这个原来这个只有巴掌大不一样，现在已经长大了。现在我们其实已经找了它半天啊，原来从这个内展馆，现在自己又跑到这个外展馆来。我不知道大家现在能不能看得比较清楚，实际上它已经爬到这个树上了，而且是特别高。现在正在通过央视的各大平台来给大家做这么一场直播。那么本来今天呢，这个长隆野生动物世界为了这个龙仔1岁的生日也是精心准备，但是因为一个是这个龙仔这个虽然这个比较调皮啊，但是年纪还是比较小，本来安排在室外的这个展馆，那么已经精心的安排好了，各种的食物啊，一些礼物啊，作为他的生日的一个礼物。那么但是这个龙仔刚一放出来的时候，大概在半个小时之前，那么来到这个地方，觉得可能比较害怕，后来又返回这个内展馆去找他的妈妈。那么在和妈妈待了大概10来分钟之后，自己又跑到这个外展馆来。那么跑到外展馆来，他不只是在外展馆这个简单的待着了，现在是爬到了这个高高的树上面去了。我不知道大家现在通过我们的画面能不能看清楚，这个熊猫现在已经爬到了可能有个7、8米高的一个树上，也是充分展示了它这个非常良好的一个身体的状况。那我们现在通过央视的各大平台来给大家做这么一场网络的直播，那么我们也欢迎我们的网友来给我们提出各种各样的问题。我们待会也会请我们龙仔的一个饲养员青姐，大家可能很多网友也非常熟悉了，那青姐来给大家来做一个交流。 个特别有名的这个三胞胎大熊猫三胞胎，来进行对青姐有一个更好的一个认识。那么青姐啊，我们这个青姐啊，我们这个龙仔现在是什么情况呢？
龙仔呢，今天呢恰恰是1周岁生日了。
Right now.
他由刚刚出生的时候
Today is Long Zai's first birthday. When it was firstly born, it was only 139 grams, but now it's already 25 kilograms. And it's very naughty. It prefers climbing very high up in the tree. Its mother, Long Long, is the first giant panda in South China, and his mother is already 6 years old. Later on, we're gonna see more interaction between this pair. I heard that Long Zai is the first second generation giant panda born in South China. What does it mean? Long Long was born in 2013. Long Long was the first giant panda in Chimelong and also in South China. When it was firstly born, it was actually spoiled by everyone. And when it spent time with its mother, it was also very naughty. And it also sneaks at the staff member. And then when it separates from its mother, its temperament changed. Long Long seems to be more stable and more like a mother. When it's eating the panda birth cake, Long Long would eat one half and hit the other half. And Long Long usually sits uptight when it eats the cake. That's the special thing about Long Long. And now, it's Long Zai's first birthday. I know that there is a very delicate birthday party prepared with a lot of food like carrots and ice cubes. And also the food must be specially prepared for the summer heat. Yes, because it's very hot outside. So we have the shelter from the big trees and the fans, and also the food will be wrapped with ice in order to cool the panda down. We also have an ice maker. By putting the food surrounded by the ice, we can better control the behaviors of the panda. And also, the pandas would have a lot of options. For example, going into the ice and picking the food by themselves. This is more entertaining. Panda seems to be interested in the ice cubes. Is it just playing with the ice, or is it just really preferring such coldness? The panda is very curious. I think it's playing with the ice. At this age, the panda would be curious about almost everything. And also, at 1 year old, the panda has to change its teeth, starting from 11 months, maybe lasting until 15 months. The mother Long Long and the child Long Zai, how is their relationship? Long Zai learned to be independent. When the mother is separate from Long Zai learns how to sleep by itself. But still, it will have to enjoy one time breastfeeding in 1 day. Even though it's the first time for Long Long to be the mother, she's very experienced, and she really has the motherhood instinct. When Long Zai was firstly born, she held the small panda for 1 month and do not let go. she would find a comfortable posture and hold the small panda for as long as possible. This frame is like the most impressive memory to me. We also would love to play back the footages when Long Zai was firstly born and learned to crawl. How old is Long Zai in this footage? I guess it's 1 month old. You could see the forelimbs. They are turning black already. So I guess it was already 1 month old. What about now? I guess the Long Zai must have spent time all the time with the mother. Yes. Only when the panda is pooing or when the staff member is collecting the feces of the panda will the mother leave it. And the mother would spend as much time as possible with it. So now, in this footage, what is this Long Zai doing, separated from his mother already? At this time, Long Zai learns to entertain itself. For example, climbing, walking. When the mother is not around, Long Zai will not stay put waiting for the mother. When it feels bored, it would move. For example, bathing in the sunlight. Also, the staff member at that time would wear the protective clothes and carry Long Zai directly under the sunlight. Long Zai just learned to crawl and walk. I guess at that time, Long Zai must be very cute. It must not be very aggressive. Long Zai has quite a stable temperament. It's not very aggressive at all ages. Some other panda would love to nip at the staff member and hold the staff member, but that's not the case with Long Zai. Long Zai likes climbing up in the tree, and the staff member sometimes will have to climb up in the tree to get it down. Maybe climbing at some height and luring the panda down. The panda would struggle and it doesn't cooperate. If that is so, then I guess the staff member will have to climb higher to get it down. I have a question. Long Zai likes climbing tree. How far can it go? Will it fall down and get hurt? If we look at the tree around, it can climb to the peak point, the highest branch of that tree. If you don't look close enough, you cannot even discover that there is a panda up there. But it's very high, so we have to wait for some time for it to get down. Only when Long Zai gets very comfortable with the view, then it gradually would like to come down. And then we can come at certain middle point to hold it down. So it rests up there. In the wild, climbing tree is a natural thing for the panda. It's a way of avoiding danger on the ground. So climbing the trees is an easy thing for the panda, and it's a natural instinct. Long Long is eating the bamboo. And I heard that Long Zai starts to change its food. At this age, Long Zai is changing the teeth. So mainly it feeds itself on the soft or fluid food. And at the same time, it can eat some leaves, but not the bamboo shoots yet. Basically, for the bamboo shoots Long Zai eat, it must be actually chewed already by the mother. Long Zai will gradually learn how to eat the bamboo shoots with its mother. The mother Long Long will teach the child as well. After Long Long chewed the bamboo shoots for some time and leave it there, then Long Zai would feed them. The bamboo shoots will be sliced into very small pieces. And that's very good for Long Zai's teeth. Both Long Long and Long Zai are in comfort in the ice. Maybe it's beyond our imagination, but actually in Guangzhou it's very hot with high humidity. So it's not just about the high temperature, it's also the high humidity. And for panda, which usually fears the heat, such an icy environment is a favorable living space for them. And today, since we have a birthday party, there are a lot of food. What is the particulars about those food? Some are like decorations, like carrots, apples, and the steamed cornbread and cakes. Those are very usual food. We also put on the grapes and other fruits. The pandas can choose by themselves. They may not eat them all. For the triplets, Cuckoo, that panda really love the grapes. So every panda has their own flavor. We get a question from the viewers. In Sinoblog and other social media, we see a lot of interaction between the keeper and the panda. So in such a relationship, have the keepers encountered any interesting interaction with the pandas? And for the pandas, what does such interaction mean? Is it just in the mood to play with the keeper, or is it just a habit of the panda to behave like that? From 1 year old to 2 year old, whether the panda is bred by the mother or by the keeper. The keeper usually can have very good intimacy with the panda. Very intimate, right? Like holding them directly? Yes. When the panda mother is out and the panda wants to climb up in the tree, we will clean the ground. When the keeper is dedicated to cleaning the ground, the baby panda may just get down out of a sudden and start holding the keeper. That's a way of the panda showing its intimacy. So that hugging of the panda is a showcase of the friendship. You cannot even shirk it away. Also, the panda up in the tree, even till the night, requires the keeper to stay on the ground with the panda until it calms down. Sometimes the keepers will have to take a lot of energy to get the panda down. But as long as there is one opportunity for the panda to get down, and starts running, sometimes very fast, it's even difficult for the keeper to catch up. This is also one interaction. So we know that the panda really likes climbing up in the tree. Is there such a possibility of falling down accidentally? And if it does, will the panda get hurt? The possibility of the panda falling down on the ground is very low. But when the panda is very small, like 7 to 8 months old, when it first learns to climb up in the tree, the mother panda will try to train the panda to climb up in like 2 to 3 meters height. And then the mother would just slap the panda down, maybe slapping the panda for several times. And with such training of being taken down by the mother, the baby panda would gradually learn how to stand and climb steadily in the tree. So that is a way of how the mother trains the baby panda, and that's not something that the mankind can easily give the baby panda. The mother panda will even rubbing the skin or the fur of the baby panda, and it knows how to control the force. And it's totally different with the keeper. Sometimes the keeper don't know what is the proper force to take and fetch the panda. Long Zai is very naughty. I guess it is still trying to climb in the tree. Yes, it is. When it's very intrigued by the tree, it would even roll over and even hang itself upside down in the tree. And it's very powerful with the 4 limbs when it's hanging itself upside down. When it's playing with the mother still would forcefully slap it down, but since the panda grows a little bigger, so it's difficult for the mother to take it down with force. Panda has very short limbs. But how can the panda be so skillful in climbing? Is that a natural skill? I guess the physical characteristics of the panda make it very flexible. When it's fighting with the others, it could be very brutal. And also its physical structure would allow the panda to climb easily. And also the panda doesn't have the shoulder blades, so it can bear the hit. All the baby pandas love climbing, but when they grow to some age, like Long, will it still favor climbing the tree? When they are baby pandas, they are naughty, so they love to climb. Even climbing the tree, it would keep moving up and down. It would not stay put in the tree. But for the adult panda, it's really seen for them to be moving all the time in the tree. It may just climb to some point and then sleep there. But for the baby pandas, they're moving all the time. Long Zai has already come to this height. Is it high enough? It's not very high. It will keep climbing to a very high branch. From the distance, you may think that up in the branch it's a bird's nest, but if you really look at it, it's a panda hanging there. And sometimes Long Zai would rest there for 1 to 2 hours and then get down. And they enjoy the view up there. For the triplets, when those 3 baby pandas were young, did they prefer climbing the tree, and will the triplets fight against each other? The triplets used to climb as well, and also they fight. Sometimes they may hit one baby panda down. Usually in such fights, Hu Hu and Shuai Shuai win, and the third one is a baby girl, so usually it fails. Long Zai is still climbing. I guess this is Long Zai's zone. In the summertime, it's very hot, so at 6 o'clock in the morning, we would let the baby panda out, and at 6 we will take it back indoor. Today, since it's a little bit cool with the rains, so we let it out to play, and we take vitamins. But still, we realize that the panda really needs the sunshine. How will it come down? Sliding? It would take steps back from the backward. It's very naughty. Zai is even more naughty. There is a wood structure that panda likes to hide itself under the structure, and the keepers cannot even find it. And we have to use some wood stick to fetch it out. Long Zai is already 1 year old. The mother seems to be very reassured with itself playing. We will see how reliant is the baby panda when the panda grows to 1 or 1.5 years old. It would play by itself and at times play with the mother, and also the mother breastfeed. But the time it spends with the mother would only grow less. To stop the breastfeeding must be a difficult thing for the pandas as well, like human beings. Will the panda get anxious when it stops breastfeeding? There would be no extreme reaction from the panda because it's a natural process. We would not stop the breastfeeding without a reason, so it goes naturally. We would observe how dependent is the baby panda. Can it live by itself? With such a decision, we will see if they should be separated and if the breastfeeding can be stopped. The baby panda must be chewing the leaves. Yes, it's one way of training its teeth. Is the rainy weather an influencer? Does the baby panda like raining? In the raining days, it's cooler, so when it rains, the panda will get more excited. And it would keep rolling over in the rain, and it doesn't want to get back. When it's raining hard, like really hard, it behaves different like the human beings. It's still getting more excited in the heavy rains. In the mild rains, it's totally okay for the panda to spend its time outdoor. But if it's a rainstorm, as you know, in Guangzhou, there may be thunders in the rainstorm, so we will take it back, no matter how reluctant is the baby panda.
以说这个时候呢，我们饲养员也是穿着一身雨鞋，拿着食物，直接喊它。
Our keeper will wear the protection clothes, like the raining shoes, and try to lure the panda down and hold it back indoor. If the mother doesn't want to get back as well, maybe it's harder. We have to use the food to lure both of them, and we call their names repeatedly. Sometimes such methods will work because they want food and they are familiar with our voice. When the rainstorm is already here, our keepers may not have time to wear the clothes or the shoes. They would actually get soaked in the rains themselves, but still they would do all they can to call back the pandas. When the furs of the panda get wet, I don't know about that. Will they get dried very easily? If the furs get wet, in the natural condition, they dry easily and quickly. And also indoor, we have air conditioners, so it's not a problem to dry the furs. Long Zai keeps climbing in the tree. Now I see it slides back a little bit. As introduced, when the panda is very small, they usually love climbing very high. And when they get down, they may slide backward. Long Zai has been up there for about 10 minutes already. Long Zai is exploring its way to the next branch. Will it succeed? If the two branches are close, it can get to the other branch. But if the two has some distance, maybe it has to climb to some point to get there. The panda can play like that for 2 to 3 hours. If it gets down, is it asking for food or some sleep? Even when it gets down, maybe it still wants to play, so it will wrestle with the mother or interact with the mother. After both of them get tired, maybe the baby panda will feed the milk and then sleep for 2 to 3 hours. How will the panda get to the other branch? Using the two hands to hold the other branch and then jump there? Because after all, those two branches are very close. The panda would evaluate the distance between the branches. If it's very far, the panda is very clever. It will find a very safe distance and then start jumping. It's already 10 meters above the floor. So the 1-year-old baby panda Long Zai has already climbed to the 10 meters high in the tree. And I sense that it's still very interested in keeping climbing. Now we are live streaming the baby giant panda Long Zai, the first second generation giant panda in South China. That's because Long Zai's mother Long Long was the first giant panda in South China. And last year, Long Long gave birth to the child Long Zai. Long Zai is now 1 year old. And it's changing the teeth. What will happen to the baby panda afterwards? After changing the teeth, maybe the weaning, and those would be the milestones for panda. When will Long Zai come to the time for giving birth. Long Zai is actually a boy. Maybe at 6 to 7 years old, it will start considering pregnancy with a girl. And for the baby girls, usually they can give birth at 5 years old. Long Zai is taking steps back and getting down. It's very cautious. Like Qing said, giant pandas may play 2 to 3 hours in the tree at about several meters and lingers there. And we also see in the camera how the baby panda jumps from one branch to the other at about 7 to 8 meters high. We also get a question. For Long Long, it gave birth to Long Zai last year. When will be the best time for another pregnancy? It depends on the time of independent life of Long Zai. If before the end of this year Long Zai can live independently, maybe Long Long will take a break like several months and then start the pregnancy starting from next year. But if Long Zai still relies heavily on the mother, maybe the pregnancy plan will be postponed to 2 years later. So it totally depends on the relationship between the mother and Long Zai. I guess Chimelong must have a very close contact with the giant panda base, breeding base at national level. Yes, we have an overall plan, and we have to submit the information about the panda. How will we do such information exchange? All of the pandas belong to the panda center, and every month we will report the situation of the panda, and for the breeding plan, we would include the details of the panda, and then the panda base would compile a plan and then submit the plan to the national government for a decision. You have kept so many pandas. Is Long Zai a good baby panda? Since we have Long Long here taking care of Long Zai, that saves us a lot of trouble. Long Long really has the motherhood instinct. And from Long Long's mother, Mei Qing, she learns how to be a mother, so she takes very good care of Long Zai. How was the relationship between Mei Qing and Long Long? Mei Qing knew how to take care of baby. The motherhood instinct will be passed on to the next generation. So when it comes to Long Long to be the mother, she can take good care of the baby. Now in our camera, we are seeing the mother of Long Zai, Long Long, eating the bamboo. The bamboo must be the staple food for pandas at like 5 to 6 years old. And now Long Zai, the star of today, is still up there in the tree. Let's shoot at Long Zai. There is a small guy in black and white moving in the tree. It spends like half an hour already in the tree. Based on the current situation, it doesn't want to get down yet, but it's approaching the lunchtime. Do you have a regular lunchtime? Yes, we have a fixed time. For Long Long, we have a quota, like 1,200 grams in one day, and we have 4 meals per day offered, so it's 300 grams per meal at fixed time. For the bamboo shoots, they may be offered irregularly. What about the sleeping time? They can sleep anytime, anywhere. Since Long Zai is still very naughty, we would try to show the daily habits of the baby panda to the visitors. How long will the pandas sleep in one day? It's about 10 to 11 hours. Sleep and 10 to 11 hours of feeding. Those giant pandas may be very active, so they eat a lot. For example, the mother eats like 10 hours per day. And it can play like 4 to 5 hours. For the rest, they sleep. Today, the live stream is about the first birthday for Long Zai. Long Zai is still living together with the mother, and it breastfeeds. And gradually, it grows teeth. That's why the baby panda starts trying some other food like bamboo shoots. We have already broadcast for half an hour. Half an hour ago, Long Zai has already climbed up in the tree, maybe from the shyness. And maybe Long Zai will stay there for 2 to 3 hours playing there in the tree. So maybe we will just end this live streaming.